Integrity and success factors in today's workforce. Dear friends, in the rapidly changing world we live in today, the wisdom and teachings of Jesus remain timeless and deeply relevant. Let's reflect on this parable of two sons shared by our Lord Jesus Christ in Matthew chapter 21, 28 to 32, a story of a father and his two sons. Through this parable, we can gain insights that can guide us in navigating the complexities of the modern workforce and a constantly evolving world. Let's see how this parable of two sons in the context of the contemporary workforce and a changing world can be applied. The Father's vineyard symbolizing our work and responsibility. In today's life, work, careers, daily responsibilities are the vineyard. People work for monetary values. The higher paid job, comfortable life one experiences. But in God's vineyard, it is the place more than of success, is of service. There are two sons in this parable. The first son represents initial resistance and then towards transformation. He refused to work in the vineyard as initial resistance, reluctance to take on new responsibilities, or challenges at work. Today you see workforce in your own company's organization. They're reluctant in the beginning. They need more training, development, focus, and then they get into the challenges of work to bring the profitability. The emphasis is more towards transformation and growth, as seen when the first son repents and ultimately fulfills his duty. In an organization, it is more of aligning to the organization goals, mission, values of the organization. The second son signifies the empty commitments and actions. The second son's agreement to work but his failure to follow through, relating to instances where individuals make promises, do not honor them in the workplace. So what happens? Somebody is supposed to do a job and refuses to do the job. That person is fired. The HR talks to the person and gives him a warning, and he says, you're not keeping the mission and vision of the organization, and you've been paid so much of dollar value. Now time for you to do the performance appraisal and see how do you meet the needs of the organization. So you fail, now you're fired or given warning. The importance of authenticity and keeping the commitments, ensuring actions are aligned to the words in the work culture. So how to encourage and maintain integrity in the workplace, symbolizing work and responsibility. The importance of the parable is the importance of integrity, accountability, personal growth in the workforce. Significance of being true to one's commitment, being responsible for one's action, consistently improving one's roles in the organization. The parable is thriving in a changing work environment, encourages the workforce to apply the lessons from the parables in their professional lives. It calls one to embrace change, being open to learning, maintaining integrity, and consistently aligning actions with one's values. Don't resist change, embrace it. The central message of the parable is living with integrity, commitment, growth in one's work. Employers are urged to seek growth, demonstrate integrity, fulfill their responsibility in a rapidly changing work environment, and remind constantly to honor their commitments, but also to reflect the values of the organization, and especially if it is a church-based organization, reflect on the teachings of Christ in their daily lives, contributing positively to the world around them. The first son represents initial resistance and transformation. The second son signifies empty commitment and action. But Christ's message is emphasizing integrity, accountability, and growth. When we apply this parable of two sons in today's work environment, is thriving in a changing work environment. Do not resist change, but embrace it. Let's see the practical solutions for the workforce, aligning words and action with Matthew chapter 21, 28 to 32, the parable of two sons. First, embrace transparent communication. Encourage open and honest communication in the workplace, where employees can freely express their thoughts and concerns regarding tasks or projects. Suggest regular team meetings or feedback sessions to discuss progress, challenges, and commitments openly. Today, the teams work in constant communication. They have tools to capture the project growth. If there are problems, discrepancies, has been discussed. But what is important is more than a micromanaging. It's more of open, honest communication. Once embrace the transparent communication, there is an alignment between the words and actions of the organization. Second, set realistic goals and expectation. Advocate for setting achievable and specific goals, ensuring that employees clearly understand what is expected of them. Let them know the mission, vision, value of the organization from the personal level, team level, and to the corporate level. Break down larger tasks into manageable steps and provide the necessary resources to accomplish them. Constantly need to gear the knowledge, skills, abilities, and attributes aligning towards the organizational growth and development. Third, prioritize self-reflection and accountability. The team has to constantly promote self-reflection among employees, urging them to assess their abilities and commitments realistically. One needs to encourage individuals to take ownership of their actions and responsibilities, fostering a culture of accountability within the organization. Responsibilities. Accountabilities matters a lot in the growing organization. Fourth, foster a culture of adaptability and growth. There should be important stress on being open to change and adapting to new challenges or roles within the organization. Now, the technology changes. The political things keep changing. The organization should train the employees to be open to change and adapt to new challenges. For example, artificial intelligence, new policies and procedures. new health and safety factors. So these things have to be kept constantly posed to the employers to cater to challenges and adapt to new challenges and roles within the organization. Encouraging continuous learning and development through training programs, workshops, and mentorship opportunities. Encouraging collaboration and teamwork. Advocate for a collaborative work environment where employees can pool their strength, share ideas, support one another in achieving common goals, highlighting the significance of working together as a team to fulfill organizational objectives. Let yes be yes and no be no. Let there be clear set goals and tasks and objectives. Promote ethical conduct and integrity. Emphasize the values of ethical behavior and integrity in the workplace, encouraging employees to uphold moral standards in their interactions and decisions. Suggest creating an ethics policy, a code of conduct that outlines expected behaviors and consequences for unethical actions. Last, recognize and celebrate success.